Hi, now then, I've done something I don't often do. I've gone and bought something. Now, I bought these, two of them actually, because they were ridiculously cheap at my local store. And when I saw them, I thought, well, two of them, that's going to make a quad bike, isn't it? I mean, I know the kids' bikes, but they're meant for sort of teenagers, and I figured, well, two teenagers will add up to one fat old man. So I bought two, and I plan on welding them together basically to make a quad. So the main issues are going to be the front steering, welding it together, making it look pretty, and then the rear drive. And if we can sort those out, then we're going to have a pretty good quad actually. Now, their axles will take my weight. Their standard axles are 10mm axles, the same axle you find on an adult bike. The issue is going to be the transfer of weight to the rim, but then, like I say, given there are now 4 wheels instead of 2, should be able to cope with my weight. But let's get those out of the box and see what we've actually got. So that's what you get when you get it out of the box, and actually it's pretty cleverly packed. Now there's a couple of bits missing: pedal seat, wheels, handlebars, so it is some assembly required normally. Now for us, we need some disassembly required, because what we're interested in is separating out the frame. We don't want these bits sticking to it because we're just going to damage them, so we have to remove the chain, remove the drives, remove the wheel, remove the little cables, and just strip that off so we get the bare frame. And of course we've got two of them, so let's get to that. Okay, there's my two frames all stripped out. Now while I'm at this, I have to thank Carsten Wielands for sending me this again. It's a crankshaft puller, and Carsten just sent it to me as a gift. So without this, it would have been a nightmare. With this, it's been such a piece of cake. So thank you very much, Carsten. Now while I'm thinking about that, I also want to thank Keith. Keith's a local boy who dropped round with a load of gear. He's having a bit of a clear out, and he said I could have it for future videos. So you can guarantee, Keith, they're going to appear in future videos, and thank you very much for that as well. Anyway, let's get these welded together. Now obviously welding them together just means getting something at 60 centimetres apart, and I would say welding between those points, and probably those points is going to be enough to make a nice sturdy frame. I've got this bit of pipe which is a good fit for where the axles used to go, so let's hack it off and fit it in. Okay, so that's the frame modification finished. It's really simple actually. So I've welded this bottom bar on, then I welded this piece on. This piece actually I found on a treadmill. I just thought it looked like a funky bumper, and then with this bit obviously we could mount a light. So a bit of luck that I had that line around, otherwise I'd have just put a bar across there. Now on the front forks I've welded two pieces of angle right there, because the steering is a column that I steer like that. At the bottom it'll have a T-piece, and as that T-piece moves, it'll move in an arc like that. If I join it with two rods here, then as I push and pull, one will go that way and one will go that way, and that's my steering. Now the turning circle is going to be fixed by how far I can push those rods. Really, the longer it is and the further they'll push, but it also takes more effort. But that's the basis of the steering. It's just those two angles we put in there. Okay, and that's the frame finished. Now it looks like more than it is. All I've actually done is weld on this dining chair, which had steel legs, and attached a handlebar set from an old bike. Then I propped the wheels on because it looks better when the wheels are on. The front ones are actually never coming off again. We need to look at the back ones. Anyway, let's climb into it. That's actually awesome. Obviously steering is, like I said, there's a rod here, and I push that rod, and obviously you can see the wheels turning. So that's how we steered using these handlebars, and of course the original brakes will go back on here. Now the only thing left to do with this is the rear drive. So I need to do the rear drive axle and then put the motor on it, and we have our quad bike. Actually, it's really quite comfortable, and I'm loving it, to be honest. I can't wait to get the motor on and get this thing running. That is just awesome. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please watch out for the next one, and don't forget to subscribe.